Cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you would.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel for another Tuesday night for my review of Basketball Wives. I'm super excited about doing this episode again today. I want to let you guys come in really quick. While y'all are doing that, if you want to join my tribe, please step on my side. Go ahead and subscribe. Like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section to keep me in the algorithm. Turn your notifications, and we turn them on also. You can notify every time I go live. And comment in the chat if you are here. We're going to go ahead and play the intro. I'm going to bring up Cindy, and we're going to get started, y'all. So let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I am doing great.
Great. We have a lot to talk about today. It's a lot.
Yes, we do. We have a lot to talk about. Listen, I restarted my computer for an hour before we got here, so we should have no technical difficulties.
Exactly. Let's try. Hey, everybody in the chat.
Yes, what's going on, everyone in the chat? What's going on, Q? I see you got the dance. What's going on, Pink Dynamite? What's going on, Lovely 31 Blueprint? And what's going on, Sassy Peach? So, we always start the show off with, rating the episode. So while we talk about it in the chat, how did you guys feel on a scale from 1 to 10? What did you give this episode? And Cindy, what did you give it?
I gave it a 6. I gave it a 6. How about you? I just can't with some of the storylines. So I'm generously saying 6. What about you?
I think I'm gonna give it a 6 with you this time.
Yeah. I mean, because some of it was kind of sad. Some of it was just kind of a lot of different storylines happening. So
it was like a lot was going on. A lot of important stuff was going on, and it was too much in one episode for me.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I thought it was just me. I was like, I was so tired after watching it. I was like, what even happened? I know what happened.
Right.
It was a lot in one episode. It was almost like they were trying to do like a mid-season recap so that they can go on that break and then we can come back with the trip or something. I don't know. Anyway.
Right, because so is the break next week? Because I saw we got the mid trailer.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's why it seems so long. Like the scene seemed so long, just because they had no clips for the next week.
For next episode,
yeah, they just did like the mid-season kind of thing, and I was like, okay, so I'm sure that's why they made each scene a little bit longer and featured all of the girls.
Yes, I feels like normally we watch it, like it goes so fast.
Yeah,
but
me
this
too.
one was like so long. I was like,
right,
is it still on?
Right. Or I was like, isn't it an hour and a half all of a sudden? It
Right.
seemed like production what kept speeding through like maybe 2 or 3 major scenes in the other episodes and then had like one long ending. Whereas this one seemed like every single grouping of ladies was long, period.
Well, I'll tell
And
you
then
what
and then it sped up at the end.
I think what made it long is that I didn't understand why they would double back with Brandy's story twice. It was like the same thing
Yeah.
twice. I didn't
Yeah,
understand.
I didn't get that either because I thought she was going to give like another update and it was the same update basically, you know?
Yeah, like nothing really changed. I think she went into depth more about why, and we'll get into
Right.
that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah. But okay, lovely 31 Blueprint says she gives it a 6. Pink
Me
Dynamite said a
too.
5, and Marquise said a 7. Sassy Peach said, "Oh, Q said, hey Cindy."
Hey, Q.
Um, Sassy Peach said, "Agree, they were all over the place." Okay, so it's not just us.
No.
And Velda said, "Hey, so Deb and chat, what's going on, Velda? What's going on, Darren Hood?" He says, "What's up to me and you?"
Hey, Darren.
So yeah, like I had to watch it so many times today, and I
Yeah.
really was working today, so I'm happy I was able to even pull that off.
Right. I
Sassy
mean,
Peach gives it a 7, and Darren said he gives it a 7 too.
a 7. Okay, so we're still all kind of in alignment. The low is on a 5 and the high is on a 7, but it's still kind of that midway. So even if it's like 6.5 ish,
Yeah,
we're all kind of on the same page.
and
I think it was just a different pace in this particular episode.
I will say this, like I've been saying, I do like the fact that we're getting what, as a fan of the show, I like, which is like real stories. Like we're not fighting over petty stuff every week.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I do enjoy that part, but
I know. Me
I just
too.
wish that they would have kind of, put a lot of this important stuff on the other episodes.
Yeah, and just kind of spread it
Spaced
out.
it
I
out.
mean, it seemed
Yeah.
like they sped through it, and then this particular one,
It was like,
because
oh,
it
we
was like
forgot to add all this stuff.
right,
Let's
exactly,
put
and
it on
then they
this
kind of
one.
stuffed it all in. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Miss Tria.
Yes. Hey, Mr. Drew. I think that they were thinking that we were all kind of going to be stuck on this Brandi and Malaysia thing. And I think that
Right.
they realized like we don't care.
Right. And there's other content for the other
Yes.
girls. I mean, except
Yes.
for those non-twin twins, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We're going to get there.
Yes.
Just simply said, hey, SoDebNair and Cindy in chat.
Hey, just simply.
This was not a good episode at all. Just simply, what number do you give it, Miss Dre? What number are you giving this episode?
Yeah. Curious.
What's going on, NQ? What number are you giving this episode as well? But yeah, it felt like that to me. I'm just like, we could have done more of this than Brandi and Malaysia arguing twice.
That would be great. And then not even just the arguing twice, but then the residual hard feelings afterwards and the dirty looks and stuff. Like they should have filled it up with some of this stuff. I feel.
I honestly feel like we should have seen this stuff first and then let them argue after that. That way, it could have given us a little bit more of an understanding of what's going on and why they're so
angry at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because Malaysia did seem so much like herself on this episode and the last episode.
Yeah. And Velda says 7. Miss Drea said, I give it more content and a half. LOL, maybe a 4. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Wait, Velda said, sick of Brandi and her beef.
Yeah.
We ain't really been seeing it though, so
we have, but see, you see it from a different perspective. So Deb, that's it. I mean, you don't see it like it's not a thorn in your side, right? You just see her being kind of upset. Whereas, if you're not a fan, it's just annoying, basically. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and before we even get into this, I do want to do this. Let's go ahead and set some goals for the channel, y'all. Let's go ahead and get us to 100 likes. That's our goal for the Basketball Wives episodes. I know we can get there. We've done it before, so let's go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already done it. And because that's our goal is 100 likes for this live.
And that would be great, people. And also, if you're catching it on the replay, you can still hit the like button. You don't have to, do it when the live show is happening. So if you catch the replay, we will really appreciate it if you can hit the like button on the replay as well.
Right. All right. So let's get into it. Our first scene is with Jackie, Duffy, and Malaysia. Now, I did not. Before we even start getting into what they did, I hated Malaysia's pants.
Yeah, I didn't love the pants. I didn't love Jackie's look, but I liked her wig. I
Yeah,
agree
her
with
wig was
Duffy.
good.
Yeah, the wig was dope, but
Yeah,
those girls are so old. She needs to tuck them away now. Like the whole look just didn't work for me. She's too old for that, and the
yeah,
way that she was talking to those girls, like she's not their age, she's older
yeah,
and it's okay to be older. But yeah, this was not my favorite look for Malaysia. Even
yeah,
though she's a beautiful woman, it was not my favorite. Duffy's either.
yeah. I didn't understand the fashions at all, for
No,
real.
nope.
Um, and I do agree with Miss Drea. Where was Jennifer this episode?
She was there. She was there.
Barely,
A little bit
barely.
there. But
Okay.
that's because Jelani wasn't there. So we really
Oh, we forgot.
right? Do we really need to see them? Because we'll
I'm
get
gonna
there.
show. I'm gonna show you how bad that is once we get into the show.
Okay. Okay.
She said, but Brandi didn't speak about LaQuisha on this episode, did she? No, she didn't. She didn't speak
No.
about it on
Nope.
the last one either, I don't think. And Mark said, Malaysia's pants need to go. Okay.
Yeah. It was just kind of a little disco fever for me. I just didn't get it. Just didn't look
Yeah,
like
it's like,
stuff
well,
that
those
she.
on the clearance rack, and you was like, I got nothing
Right.
to wear today, so I'm gonna put these on.
And it just it doesn't look like her normal looks. I don't know
Yeah,
what this was giving.
yeah. And Darren said that he agrees with you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get into it. So they showed up to this. Okay.
Right.
Okay, that's all the picture I pulled up. So okay, so we get here.
Yep.
They sit down, they're bragging on what Jackie has on.
Which I
her
was
head.
shocked. I was like, "Are you crazy?" I think they meant the hair. So Deb, no,
Well,
because Duffy went right to the hair. She was just like, she goes, "Did you dress her? Because I love that hair."
okay,
And I
yeah.
was like,
And I
"Yeah,
was confused. I was like, because she said she did say, "Did you dress her?" Then she
yeah,
complimented her hair, and I was like,
right."
well,
I think she meant like it looks like one of Malaysia's wigs and not like a Jackie wig, right?
okay, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, kudos. If that was Malaysia's wig, kudos to her on that wig.
right. Although I'm sick of this hand fan. I get it. Look, you know what? I'm closer to age to Jackie. It gets hot. I get it. But in every scene, in every outfit, you have the hand fan everywhere you go. It's so
I'm tired of that
annoying.
fan.
I'm
The fan
tired of
needs
the
to have
fan.
the fan needs to be in the rolling credits.
Right. The fan needs to have its own storyline. Like Jackie makes the fan for this. Like, why are we always seeing this fan?
Yes. But, but they're complimenting Jackie on how she looks. And of course, the thing that we all hate the most, and Miss Dre has said already in comments, Jackie blames her on this 26-year.
Yes, I was gonna get there too, but there's not the scene where they all sat down. But she's like, "Well, how do you think I've kept my man for 26?" For the millionth time, we have had to hear about this 26-year marriage. We get it. 26 years. We got it like 5 episodes ago, girl.
She's never mentioned this marriage this much.
Right, right. My goodness.
And 26 to me, I think that, I consider it was like 25, 30, 35. Right. But this is 26, Jackie. Like,
no,
24.
But remember, so Deb, she said she made such a big deal of 26 because they couldn't do their 25th, which is a real anniversary,
right?
Like a milestone because of the pandemic. So that's why she's making such a big deal of the 26th.
Well, do it at home.
Right. Or do it off camera. Do it off camera. So annoying.
And there was so much repetitive stuff here. And this is why this was really hard for me, though. So I don't understand why Duffy had to go to every group of people to invite them to this party.
Me neither. But at that time, they were not all getting along, and she hadn't even spoken to Angel to kind of clear up their stuff. So I can kind of get it, because I think a lot of their complaints sometimes are is that what?
No. She could have sent out emails or invitations like everybody else does.
True.
Like, I don't like. We did not need to have a scene. This is why this was so long.
Yeah. Right. And why I felt like it was too much Duffy. I was like, why are they putting so much emphasis on Duffy? They normally never really focus on her this much.
I'm telling you, Duffy has been like the main character to me.
Wow.
she's friends with everybody. She's in every scene. I'm still trying to figure out how she's built these relationships with all these
Me
women.
too.
When she hasn't even been. She don't live in LA.
She doesn't live in LA, and she's on tour for a lot of the time. So I'm
Yeah,
shocked why. Also, once again, her sitting with Malaysia,
yeah,
they seemed like they were happy, but they didn't seem like they were sister. They weren't close like that anymore.
yeah.
I mean, or were they ever? Or was that Brandi and her? No, it's Brandi and Duffy.
With her, it was Brandi and
Yeah,
Duffy. Yeah. And
got
see,
it.
Marquis
Okay.
said Duffy definitely is giving main character and just simply says that they agree with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, to me, she's the main character. I mean, she's in almost every scene.
Maybe because she's doing something current, like she's with a current star like a French Montana, and the other girls really are not. Although Angel Brinks has like clients like Meg the Stallion.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, she can't really be a main character because she's going to start crying every time.
and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even I would rather hear the pregnancy story and not
Yeah.
all like she can't even tell the pregnancy story because it's so much drama
Right.
and she can't
Right.
handle it. And I'm like, why did you even come back?
Right. And she can't really go out a lot because of the stress and quote unquote her
Right.
high risk pregnancy. And I'm just like, I just still again, at least she said it in this episode. She was just like, I can't with all the drama. But you
Yeah.
knew, then why would you sign on to do the show unless she signed on before she was pregnant?
She's never had a season where it wasn't so much drama. So
Exactly.
I don't under was she signed on the paperwork? I mean, did Rock need more money or
Right.
I like what was happening when you signed that paperwork?
Exactly. Because I was going to say, and maybe she wasn't pregnant because, they do touch on that she's 7 months pregnant. And I think they do sign their contracts, and maybe better than I do, like a year in advance. So maybe she wasn't pregnant yet.
But with them, like they were like announcing that they were on the show like sporadically. Like it took them a while to get this cast together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
because didn't you say they were trying to get Sunday and she didn't work out or something like that?
yep, Sunday was supposed to be a part of it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that fell through because I don't never need to see Sunday again.
Me either.
Nope.
Me either. But so Duffy invites him to the party to Vegas. She tells him everything is covered. They go on a private jet. She wants him to wear pink. This is her last show at French Montana. I said Montana. One thing I did like was that all the girls, when she told them this was her last show, they were like, "Girl, no, this is you. Like this is your thing."
Yep.
And Malaysia trying to talk her out of it, but it seems like her and Jackie have a good relationship because she tells Malaysia that she already had told Jackie. They had been talking about her wanting to do that album, where she's the executive producer for her own album.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it seems like something has been in the works prior to the show.
Which I hope that is the case. I hope that is the case. But even if it isn't, I still feel like, knowing her background, now that she's explained it, it's always been in her character to do something. And so the fact that her fiance is not down with that, it makes me not down with him. So
Yeah. She tells them that, well, Malaysia tries to talk her out of it. She explains to Malaysia that, this is something that's been in the works for a long time. She talked to Jackie about this multiple times. So she kind of breaks it down for Malaysia. Malaysia is excited about it, which I like that.
Yep, me too.
And then she starts talking. She asks who's going on this trip, and she lets them know that everybody is going. Malaysia's like, listen, I don't want no beef.
Right.
I want a trip. I want to have a good time, and that's it. Like that's all I'm going for.
Exactly. And I love that part of her. Like, this is the Malaysia that I do like, and this is why she's been on there for so long, because I think she is more easygoing about going on these trips and having fun. They needed like the younger, fun girls. It was not the same when it was, Evelyn and Tami and Shaunie would drag out to some of the trips. But
Right.
I like this energy better. So
and they didn't have to beg her.
She said she could be cordial.
Yeah, she did say that.
Yep.
And I like that they have to beg her. Like, they had to beg Tami to go on the trips.
Yeah, all of that. And just like, I don't want to leave my this and that. They're just at that point, they weren't old ladies, but they had kind of jumped the shark of like partying and that sort of stuff, so it just wasn't fun. But so I liked the energy that Malaysia was giving. She was excited. She was just like, I can be cordial and keep it pushing because I just want to have fun because I've been cooped up with these kids, basically.
And I also like the fact that she actually went to all the girls like, listen, don't bring this shit up.
Right. Right. But again, I think, in my opinion, I think it's easier for everybody else not to bring it up than it is for Brandi. But she has been doing good these last couple of episodes, I will say.
Yeah, Brandi's been doing good. I gotta give my girl some credit now.
Well, I'm giving her
Been
credit.
doing
That's
good.
what I'm saying. Like she would be the first one to bring it up, even if they were laughing and having a good time. If she at least, because her focus is on her health, that has not been the case.
Right. Right. All right. So, do you have anything else for this scene?
No,
Okay.
I felt
So
like it was too long.
it was, yeah, it was way too long.
Right.
I'll tell you before we even go to this one, the scene, which one was it? With Brandi, Duffy, and British. I'm like, if they change the subject one more freaking time.
I know. I was just like, why? And I just don't. I know that Duffy is friends with everybody, but I just felt like it was just being drug out for nothing. I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but we'll.
But the thing is, and I hate to keep going off course, between Brandi, Malaysia, and Brooke and Duffy, they repeated the same thing in every damn scene.
Yeah, just like a slightly different version too, because they were talking to somebody different. Except for Brandi, she talked to her husband twice. So
like, I was like, we just seen this.
We just saw it, and we don't need to. Again, we never need to see him. However, since you were really in the belief last episode that at least she's a wife, we got to see him be a husband to his wife. So.
And I love this. Let's actually just go ahead and go over to it. Okay. So we have Brandi and Jason talking on FaceTime because Jason had to go back and take care of the baby.
Right.
She tells him what the doctor, and I feel like I feel like production is putting stuff out of order too.
Yeah, I think so too. Because and maybe that's why we saw it twice, because it just seemed like
they forgot all of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know the second call was about the follow-ups, and she was getting so we'll get there. But I think it was because he wanted to see if she got second opinions, and she was like, "I got you 7th and 8th opinions." So yeah.
But she tells him that the doctor told her with her situation it could be ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
She's going to go to the doctor to find out. Her blood work came back and it was good. The doctor thinks that it's just a scare, but she needs to talk to her gynecologist.
Yeah.
She speaks with the gynecologist in Texas, and he wants her to think about having a full hysterectomy. She thinks she's too young, but also doesn't want to keep going through all the scares. Jason wants to try for another baby first. She doesn't want to feel like she's not a full woman. Those are all the ones that I said. So, to me, you know, I just have a special place in my heart for Brandi, and I hate to watch this.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it too, just as a woman, and a woman who lost her mom to cancer, was not ovarian, but it was in the female reproductive area. So I do feel really bad for her because she is young and she should be able to, just have that experience. But a lot of women can't, and at least her being here, in my opinion. But this is my opinion, and I'm open to hearing everybody else's. But I just feel like knowing the loss that she just suffered of her dad, and me losing both my parents, but in particular my mom, I would rather choose being here for my child, because at least she has the one, and then they can try to have another child another way. But I wouldn't keep those organs in there that are potentially going to make me sick and possibly make my child motherless. I mean, I don't know how bad this last one was, but I just feel like it just doesn't make sense to me to keep something that clearly has been giving you trouble for over a decade just by the slim chance. However, I do get the hope aspect of it, but I just would have to make sure that my child was taken care of.
And I think that it's more of it, to me, from just watching. I think that was more of her wanting to have a baby.
Yeah.
Now, why she hasn't, I don't know if she's been trying in between the seasons that she was off the show or whatever.
Right.
Because that's why her and Sunday got into it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I can understand her being really sensitive to it, and I think
Yeah.
she had been trying, but it is really difficult with two regular healthy ovaries for some people, right?
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
she's hitting like, mid 30s. It's only going to get harder, and she has the one
Oh, no,
ovary. So if
she's 39.
see, there you go. So
Yeah.
now she's hitting an age where it's it's not impossible, but it's just much more difficult, So I would want to keep my health as good as possible for my child that we did have, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like I do understand the struggle and her trying to contemplate, but I just felt like, especially her husband, it was a little like irrational and insensitive to be like, well, let's try for another baby. Well, if it was so easy, she would have probably had one by now.
Yeah. And maybe they, because they've been going through so much stuff, they haven't been in the space to try for another one because they
Right.
have been having those issues. So maybe that's what it is. I think now that they're back in a better place, he's like, well, let's at least try
Yeah.
if we can or whatever. Because even when the second one came, he was very supportive of whatever she decides to do. He's okay with it.
Right. Exactly.
Which I did like that part. I was just like, okay, because at first I'm like, is he forcing her?
Right. Right. Well,
Don't make me fly down to damn. Don't make me fly to Texas.
Right. 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 And it kind of felt like it started to feel a little bit more like, the situation with Duffy and her man. I was just kind of
Yeah,
like, why are they pressuring these women to do stuff that it's none of their business? Like,
right.
again, I mean, just from where we are in this country, like it's incredible that we're back here. Like, I mean, our parents had rights that these younger women these days will not have.
Right,
Like it's
right.
just it's ridiculous to me. So I don't like any man telling any woman what to do with her career, her body, any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, and I agree with you on that.
Yep,
So I just thought the scene was kind of sad. I
it
think that
was.
she had a like I cried on this episode. Now we'll get to that because I just feel really bad for her.
Yeah.
But I think that was pretty much it for this scene. This like scene wasn't that long. They were just talking about that. So
Yeah, but it seemed long to me. I think you said some in here. It seems like they're stretching these scenes out so bad, and it
well, it's
is true.
because she talks about it on every like scene she's in. We're having the same conversation. That's why it seems so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. Exactly. And then they'll cut and pan to him, and I'm like, just get back
Yeah.
on the girls. We're talking about the wives, right? I don't need to see you. I never need to see the men. I
Well, I'm
don't.
like, could y'all cut off the Wi-Fi?
Right. Unless like we said before, unless it's Jelani, I don't need to see Jason ever, or
Yeah,
Rockstar ever, like ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that for that part. We move on to Brooke and Duffy. I mean, is it Brooke? Yeah, Brooke and Duffy.
Yep.
I'm loving this little thing they have going on here. I think that I'm
Yeah.
loving the fact that they're having fun together, honestly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm
I
saying. Like,
agree.
that's why I'm like I struggle with the numbers of how I rate it
Yeah.
because even through all the trauma, like they're just having fun together, and I love
Yep.
seeing it.
Yep, and I love that Brooke again. She's and Brandi kind of said it too, where people were having kind of like that baby fever in that group because
Yeah.
Angel is so pregnant, and now Brooke, that this is a bigger part of her storyline in this episode, and
Mhm.
and and then Duffy has her little girl, so I think they are kind of doing that, which I'm sure is adding to the difficulty
Right.
for Brandi.
Yeah. And she said it on that other scene too.
Yep.
That was a part of it. So yeah. But we have Brooke and we have Duffy. So I want to ask you and the people in the chat, which wig
I
did y'all
don't
like
like
the best?
I didn't like any of her wigs. Well, okay, well they look fine here.
Let's
So,
put a let's put a 1 in the chat for the first one, the pink and the black, a 2 in the chat
right.
for the red, and a 3 in the chat for the blonde. Which one did y'all like the best for her birthday situation?
You know what my problem is, so Deb, about her wigs is like right here the hairline looks so much more natural, and then when she actually puts the thing on and gets it installed, it's so far down and it looks so unnatural. And we'll get to some of those pictures.
Yes. Uh, Q said a -0.
See what I mean? I said it.
Marquis
I'm
said,
not
I'm
being
with
biased
Cindy.
about
I'm
that.
like, Marquis said, I'm with Cindy. I don't like any of them. And this pick, they look okay, but neither. Pink
Right.
Dynamite said 3, so the blonde one.
So the blonde.
Darren said none. Miss Drea said 3.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I didn't like any of these wigs either.
Right.
Uh, not a diaper. Loki Line said 0, 2 zeros.
Two
Velda said
zeros.
3. Okay, so a lot of people like the blonde. She needs
And
to
that's what
stay
she
bald
that,
or
that's what
short.
she yeah, that's what she went with. She got the blonde.
Yeah, she did get the blonde, and I do agree with Q. I like the short blonde. I mean, the short
Me
hair. I love
too.
it.
I love it. I loved her short cut when it was in the finger waves. I like her with the
Yeah.
bald look when she was walking. She looks younger to me,
Before
in
she put the
fact.
wigs on,
Yeah, she
I'm
looks
like, I like
younger.
that.
Yep, exactly.
But I'm gonna
Just
say if she
simply, just
those
simply
wigs,
said those wigs weren't it.
but I'm gonna say if she, here we go. TC. Okay, we on the same page. Duffy is gorgeous with black hair. This
Yeah.
is the wig that she should have wore.
Yep.
This is it for me.
She looks
We're on the same
healthy. She
page.
looks young. It's styled
Yes.
well. The
Hmm.
hairline looks natural. I think she looks great right here.
She looks
But I think
amazing like
she,
this.
yeah. But all of the colors between her and Angel Brinks is just too much.
Yeah. Q says shows off her cute face. Yes, her the short hair it does.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna give Duffy an E for effort. Duffy
Well,
looks
she
good
was,
with
but
short hair.
again, we have to think about it like her. Like she was going to DJ, she was going to have fun and party, so she was trying to have like fun party hair. Not,
But this is fun party hair for me.
I think she looks great. I prefer that,
Yeah,
but I think like she's that girl that has to have the extra.
yeah.
Hmm.
Marquis said yes, Duffy needs natural colors. Pink Diamond said that does look good on her. He said Q said now that is cute. And Darren said black hair looks great on Duffy. So Duffy, she need to call me. Let me pick the wig for you.
Yeah, yeah. I think we should do a lot of things on this show. So, Dad, like, let's pick the
Yes.
clothes, let's pick the wig, so we can
Let's
X
pick the
out some.
storylines.
Right, let's pick the storyline.
Let's sit in production and let's go through the
Yeah,
editing together.
right. Well, I think we need to be, but before we even get to the editing, we need to make the major decisions. I don't know who is directing these scenes because or who the wardrobe person is, but a
Mm,
lot of that stuff, the fashions should be better fashioning because
yeah.
it's not it.
These I don't feel like they've ever been known for fashions though. None of
They
them.
have. They started out with fashions with Evelyn and them. Like
That's the
Jen.
different. That's a different franchise though. That's not
No,
these
when they
girls.
were on this one too. When they were on this one too, they looked better. They even stepped up Tammy's fashions. They've been known to look better than these
Yeah, but
ones.
that's when Tammy grew over the years on Miami, not over. She was already there.
Right.
The LA girls never really had no fashions.
Well, I used to like Malaysia's fashions. I used to like, the some of the other ladies before. I never liked Jackie's, but some of the
Mhm.
other ladies before these ladies, like Drea, like some of the main girls that were on it for quite a while. I liked them better
I
than.
can see Drea, but that's Drea was working in the industry, so Drea didn't have a
Right.
choice.
Right. But they still kind of stepped up to where her caliber was, and now it's just like kind of stepped way down. So they
I
kind of
think
look
that they're struggling with dressing for their new size.
maybe they're just you know they just didn't have the budget for it because who even knew it was going to really come back? So who
Yeah,
knows?
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Loki Lounge said, but her and Angel, I've seen more colors than pride rainbows this season. Don't forget
Yes.
about Jackie because she got her pride hair too.
Right, but not just the hair, but the outfits and the clothes,
Yeah,
and throw Duffy in there too because she is very colorful as well.
yes. TC said, yes, Cindy, dreadful.
Just dreadful, dreadful.
Oh, Q said they used to dress too. I don't remember the LA girls dressing ever.
Yeah, they did. They all used to dress better because those Govan sisters, even though they are not the most demure, they would dress more classy, and they started the LA ones.
And I will agree with Miss Drea that Jennifer was about the most fashioned one, if that was the word. And and that's why they attacked Jennifer, because she knew how to dress and they didn't.
Exactly. And her hair was on point. Her makeup would be on point.
Yeah.
Her hair and her fashions, always,
Yeah.
always.
So wait, where we at? Oh, so we're still in the same scene. So then we have Brooke with her wig.
Just, but hers was funny because she's like beautiful and she's just more like having fun. Like she
Yeah.
wasn't trying to really.
No, she's gonna wear this wig on this trip.
Is she?
Yeah, that's what she got the wig on for.
I thought
And they
she
picked
put
this one.
I thought she put the one that Duffy chose on just for fun. But
That's not the same wig Duffy had.
Okay. I don't think she needs it. I think her hair is beautiful.
I think whatever Brooke does is gonna look beautiful to me, honestly.
Yeah.
He's one that I could appreciate Brooke's fashions.
Yes. Yeah. She's still kind of like hood fashiony, but I think it looks beautiful, and I think she looks good in the choices that she selects for herself.
But you know, her and Drea they worked in the industry because she was a model.
They did. Yep, that's right. Yep.
So that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Because Brooke can put on some jeans and a t-shirt and it looks great, you know.
It does look great. And some people, they just don't get things that complement their bodies, and I think she does a good job of that as well, because it does have curves. She's not like, you know, a flat girl, so she just dresses appropriate, and they're so crazy. And then you'll see her against somebody like an Angel who's so pregnant and nothing fits her, and she does current fashions like
But I think once Angel has this baby, and she's gonna be back to the same Angel, and she's always sexed up.
She looks great now. Yeah, I've seen her since, and she looks great. And you're right, Loki. Yep.
Yeah,
she's hood.
You remember when she first came on? They kept talking about how they were saying it was because she's had all that ass. And remember, Drea said something like she's an urban model.
Yes. She's an urban, and that's what it is, really. I mean, you know, there are people that are more edgy, more hood in that way, but they're still not tacky, right?
Yeah.
They just have that more edge to them, and I think that Brooke is that girl.
Yeah. So outside of them trying on the wigs, Brooke tells Duffy that her kids are coming back in town. She tells Duffy that she's going to do the IVF again because the regular way isn't working for her and her husband. I love the fact that she loves the love that her and her husband have too.
Yeah, I love that too, because she said she's in a happy place now, and she can, you know, her kids are grown, so she, you know, why not try to make something together, you know?
Yeah. Brooke's worried about her daughter, her oldest daughter, not wanting to have another baby, so she's nervous about telling her. Duffy invites her on the trip.
Right. Which they could have threw on another girl or two.
She could have met with Malaysia and Jackie and told her at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
Duffy tells Brooke that she wants to invite Angel, but she wants to talk to her about Rock first. And Brooke is not excited about Naria and Slappy coming on the trip. She ain't saying hi to Slappy.
Right.
So, I'm like, I'm with you with that. I'm with her with that. I feel like I might like Naria a little bit.
What?
Because she knows how to act in when she goes places.
No, so
it's Nia.
We never need to hear her speak.
I don't want to hear her speak, but I don't have a issue with her because she knows how to act.
Okay. Well, I feel like then she should have got her sister together, and
I don't know why the sister is there, because I mean it makes sense for Naria to be there because she's the basketball wife.
Right, but what I'm saying was when her sister was acting out of pocket, she should have got her together and said, "Girl,
and that's true. That's true.
You know, we're trying to get in this group." Instead of being combative, she should have pulled her to the side, because I would have done that with my sister.
Wait. Miss Drake said she already ready to put that baby off the net. And she ain't even got pregnant yet. But I'm like,
well, I think that I think she was just getting ready for comebacks when her daughter Ashley, I believe her name is Ashley, says that, you know, she's too old for this, and she said, "Okay, I might be older, but I can get a nanny." You know.
She's like, "Look, the nanny gonna take care of the baby. I'm just gonna have the baby. That's it."
Right. so they can make something together. She's like, I'm on that rich lady stuff. So
Right.
it's like they have nannies.
She's like, I done took care of my 3 damn kids already.
Right. Right.
It's y'all and the nanny. That's what's up. That's why the daughter didn't want her to have the baby.
Right. Exactly. Well, but I get the feeling that the kids were also living with her at the time, and that's why they didn't want her to have another kid, because they didn't want to watch the kid.
Yeah, they said that on the scene with her.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this scene too because she said this the week where I throw a drink in the bitch's face to keep.
That's why I like her. She's just fun, and she keeps it real like that. She just keeps it real. Real.
I was like, see, this is why I don't know why they did not bring her back the first time.
Right. No.
She is really the life of the party. I feel like they're trying to make it Duffy, but I'm loving Brooke.
I'm loving Brooke. Brooke is the life of the party. I think though that she, I think they're focusing on Duffy, probably, like I said, because she is with a current well-known person doing work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just love talking about Brooke.
I know, me too. I can't wait till we get to see her. I mean, wait till we get to that scene. Her daughter is breathtaking.
Oh my God, her kids! You can tell her kids are her kids.
Yes, but the daughter in particular, that skin looks like, wow, it's just stunning.
I agree with you.
Beautiful. Yep.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Darren said I love Brooke. Ms. Dre said, I think Naria did say something to Nia, but she probably did it off camera, which she should. I don't want to see another Laura and Gloria. And now I agree with you on that.
I agree with you on that, but at least to me, although I disliked them, they were still more entertaining than those non-twin sisters. They sound so boring. They have nothing to contribute. Like nothing makes them stand out to me at all. And I feel like, I would have talked to my sister too, because it's like, do you want this check or not?
Right. Are you trying to get us kicked off the show? We already ain't got no lines.
Exactly. They already didn't let them talk, and now they're finally slowly easing them in. So she was probably like, can you shut up?
Right.
Yeah.
Girl, if you get kicked off the show, I'm coming back.
Right. Yeah, that'll be you getting kicked off the show, but I'm coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
So our next scene is Malaysia and her kids. They went to go look at this house. This wasn't really a lot. They was basically looking at the house, picking rooms for a house that they was gonna get.
Right.
And then it was basically a setup for Malaysia to ask her sister, can she watch the kids for the trip?
Right. The only thing that I took away from this scene was, can you watch the kids so I can go to Vegas, and I need more closet space. That was really it. I will say, yeah.
I mean, because she should have just been like, y'all stand outside real quick. Let me look at the closets.
Right.
Because we're not staying here if it's the closet space. And then she jokingly said, I'm going to throw some of my clothes away. We're like, girl, please.
Yeah, she's not.
You're not throwing no clothes away.
No.
She did also tackle the house situation with Gennaro, and the sister asked, was he going to be helping with the house? And she went through the whole thing about how she doesn't. I feel like everything kind of. Malaysia is an extreme person.
Mm-hmm. How so?
Not in a bad way. I'm gonna say this first, but like serious things that she goes through, like it super affects her.
Yeah.
Like with her.
Well, didn't she say? Didn't we say, or somebody on here is a Cancer? Somebody is a Cancer, and they are very, very emotional.
It might be Malaysia.
Yeah, maybe it's her. Yeah. And I think also too, I get what she was saying about the years and years of the court, and that was a peek into why. Because I was like, what is the big deal of like this, like not taking him, just take him to court? But it's easier for me to say that than being a semi-public figure and having your business drug out in the street. And I think she just doesn't want to do that.
Right.
Like she would rather not. She would rather do without than have to go through that. Because
her sister asked.
Yeah.
And she was like, and I think the trauma from the first time, like it didn't go well for her, and so like she's petrified to do it again. but
Yep.
it sounded like she kind of alluded to after the kids get settled, because to me it feels like she lives with him in Atlanta.
Either that, because is that I wasn't clear on that. Is because you said that they were living in that big house, but is that his house or is
That's
that
what I'm
like?
thinking.
Oh, okay. Or I was going to say,
Because
or
people
is
were
that
saying
the
that he has
house?
the kids more than they were saying that he has the kids more than she has them.
Oh, wow. Is that
And
right?
remember, even when the last episode when she moved them, she said that he had to go work, so she had, the kids were by themselves.
By themselves. Yeah, I do remember that part, but I just didn't know exactly whose house that was because I thought she had relocated. Because I mean, even previous seasons, I thought she said I moved to Atlanta, but I knew that they were divorced at that
Right.
time, so I wasn't assuming that it was going to be living with him. I thought she had just relocated to Atlanta.
Or I wonder if that's like a house that he bought for her, and like he's like overdoing it in the house. To me, I feel like there's a connection with him in that house.
You think so? Okay. Because
Yes.
when she said, "Is he going to help with the house?" and she looked like, "Girl, please." It didn't
Yeah.
seem like it seemed like it was Malaysia's house, and she was wanting the money from him for child support so that she could
Yeah.
put towards the mortgage or something. I don't know.
I feel like he's going to have to pay. That's why she's probably going to file for the child support for this house, because
Right.
she's going to have to pay for it. And so,
Right.
now this going to have to happen. Just simply, and I thought about this. Does anyone get the vibe Malaysia lives above her means?
Yeah,
Because to
I think they
me,
all do. I think they all do though. To be honest,
I don't know. I don't know if they all do,
I
but
think
I
they
will
all
say
do.
this. I will say this. The way that Malaysia's storyline is going this season,
Hmm.
this doesn't make sense to me, because if you're
Yes.
like, you have to do all this work to take care of these kids and it's so stressful, why are you building another bill?
Because I think that she's gonna probably let that little apartment go, and I think that she just is used to having more space. I don't know if she, again, we don't know what they really have. I do feel like she, including a lot of the other ladies, live above their means because a lot of their businesses that they refer to on the show, we don't
Mm,
really see them like they're not like household names, right? We don't see them
right.
everywhere. But I do know she in previous seasons she had her little home care line and all of that
Mhm.
stuff. So who knows what she pulled in and what she was able to invest in.
But now she has that clothing line.
Oh, and now the clothing line. Yeah, but
Yeah.
she said that was like more of a pet project. It didn't seem like she was using it focused on income, you
I
know.
think I think that actually Evelyn helped her with that, because Evelyn has her line too.
Uh-huh. She
And
sure
her and
does.
Evelyn are really good friends. And
Okay.
she the same, like if you look at Evelyn's Instagram, you look at her Instagram, she's doing the same thing that Evelyn's doing.
Gotcha. Well,
You'll
then
see
that
a lot.
makes yeah,
Yeah, you'll
you'll see a lot of similar stuff.
yeah, she's
Got it.
always promoting the clothing, and Evelyn does the same thing. Matter of fact, Evelyn, Kenya just had on Evelyn's workout gear at work. Drop it with True
I
on
saw
last episode.
I saw it where she came late, but I did love the
Yeah,
workout clothes. I like
yeah.
hers were the cutest ones, and I did recognize it from because I only really follow Evelyn and Tami, so I don't follow
Okay.
Malaysia, so I didn't know that they were partnering up like that. So
Oh yeah. When the show started, I follow everybody.
gotcha.
But when it's
Okay.
over, I'm going to unfollow most of
Exactly, exactly.
them.
Velda, that's what we're just talking about. She doesn't want to file for child support because she had already had a battle that
Yeah.
probably didn't work in her favor for years, for a number of years, and she just doesn't want to go through it again. So she's going to try to do it on her own. But again, like she said in the episode, she just needs to pray for it, and if that's what she has to do, that's what she has to do because
Yeah.
it is his responsibility. You shouldn't have to fight your ex husband to be a parent.
Right.
Like the marriage is one thing, but his kids are his kids.
Right. And she also think about it, if she files for child support and she doesn't get it,
Get
she
it?
has to pay all those court fees.
Yeah. And then didn't she say like those? I mean, and we all know this: lawyers' fees are not cheap,
Yeah.
especially when you're of this caliber. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
So she's probably just trying not to piss him off.
Right. Even though he should be taking care of
Right.
his responsibilities.
Right. Um. Yeah, that was pretty much it for this. This wasn't a long scene at all.
No,
This was like the best scene.
And we just didn't actually, we didn't even need it, but okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they actually do move into a different place, and then we'll know that why that she was looking for
I
a
would have just
bigger
rather
place.
seen them move into the house they're going to move into. Like, let's
Right.
not get the kids' hopes up about a bigger house,
Right.
and then we go
Right.
back to
Because
the apartment, and then we never move.
exactly. I mean, because that's what my mom did. Like when we made a major move like that, she had been house hunting for quite a while, and she never took us to any of them. Like until she narrowed it down and knew that she was close.
Mhm.
And it sounded like they just started this search. So.
Yeah. She's like, let's go on a field trip, guys. We're going house hunting.
And honestly, I felt a little bit bad for the kids because it's just like they just want to, most kids just want to settle down. Like they don't like all this like uprooting, and now like they've uprooted, they're going to be uprooted like a third time, and it's kind of like
Right.
just that the adults need to be more adults and take care of their kids, and then get settled and then bring them in.
And that's my thing. Like, she's wasting more money because why did you just leave them there until you found somewhere where y'all can live peacefully
Yeah,
together?
I
And
agree.
now they all moved into an apartment. You paid for them to move all to LA. Now you got
Hmm.
to move again.
Again, this is the third time. I
Yeah.
mean, that it's really disruptive to a kid's life, and I'm like, did they do this through this school year, or she eating up their summer break on this? What is happening? Like.
Pink Dynamite said she ought to ask Angel, can she move into the big house?
Oh, that's a good one. That Pink Dynamite, that was good. That's so true. It's kind of like that pool house scene was so ridiculous. It just makes me mad all over again. But yes.
She says she really missed her kids. Yeah, but now
Yeah.
she's taking them through all this.
Yeah.
I'm like, it wasn't a good decision.
Well,
Because
I
even
think it
even
wasn't a
if
good decision. Well, so Deb, I think it wasn't a good decision for their dad to just leave them too. Like, I mean,
well, he got to pay
who's
the child support. I mean,
but he's
he got
not
to pay
paying
her.
it. But he's not paying it.
What I meant to say was he got to pay for that house
Yes.
because
Okay.
they got to live somewhere.
I understand that. So Deb, but you just don't leave your kids and just say I have to go work. You make sure that they're squared away, and you discuss that with the child's mother. Like
But I think
the
that I think that he was going to go to work regardless. That she probably already knew that. What I think was she should have made plans because first of all, where does his sister live at this here?
exactly. I'm not sure, but I thought that was the plan. That's when she said that on the very first episode. She said the plan was for them to stay with their dad. That
Okay.
was her plan. That's what they agreed to, and
So
then
did he put
still
them out the
left.
house? Because to me, I feel like the sister is like the nanny.
Right, exactly. I agree. Something in there is not right. Something
Yeah.
in there is not
This
right.
uprooting these kids this fast, and then now we're moving to like this.
Right,
Something don't sound right to me.
right. Like it seems like they had made an agreement, and then that agreement didn't work, and that's why she was so unhappy and stressed out.
And
Something
see,
we're missing something.
and this is what, and people have been saying this. Q says he doesn't have to pay her when he has the majority of the time, and I think this is the other reason why they were saying that she was afraid of filing for child support because he has them more than she does.
Okay, and that may make sense, but still, can still make side arrangements to that. I mean, we just saw it with the whole Black China thing. They were like, they don't give her child support because they have the kids most days of the week. However, she still went her couple of days. She still has to be able to make money to go out on appearances and stuff like that. And with the pandemic, she wasn't able to do that. So maybe that's what their deal was. But they have got to have some sort of deal because they both should be able to care for their children.
Maybe she's able to file for it because of the pandemic too.
Maybe. Yep.
And Q said 75 him and 25% her.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that it's something that's
Which
very
also doesn't
shifty.
make sense. Yeah, but that which also doesn't make sense then why he would just leave them there. If he is their caregiver for 75% of the time, whether you have to work or not, you still have to make other arrangements.
Or maybe he's just like, it's time for you to step up.
The kids?
No, her.
Oh, her. Well, maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
because
But if that's not what their divorce agreement was, then why should she? If they agreed to it, then if he wants to change it, then he should take her back to court.
that's true too. You know, I mean, this is all allegedly, y'all.
Yeah, allegedly, and for
We'll make sure I say
entertainment
that.
purposes only.
We done made a whole damn plan.
Right. And again, for entertainment purposes only. But there's something
Right.
not right with their agreement, and we can move on from them. Yeah.
And Mr. Ray said, whatever happened to people getting regular jobs?
Right. Those girls don't get regular jobs. Those wigs cost like $1,000. They don't look good,
Right.
but they're expensive.
True.
Yep.
So that was that scene, y'all. So then we get to this scene. This scene was pretty fun until it got sad.
This scene was long.
Yeah, this was the long one. So it's Brandi, Duffy, and British. British shows them the logo for her vending machine. She tells them, it was so fun until it got sad, like I said. But and it was sad, and then it got happy. I love the medium. Like it was the sad, and then they brought it back up.
I don't know if it was the editing. I think it almost felt like it just ended sad. Like she just and granted,
No, it ended good. It ended good.
Okay, but I said, I think it was the editing of that, because it was just kind of like, was the sadness a little bit longer than it needed to be? I am sympathetic. I know that it is a lot, and maybe this was the first time she told any of the girls of like her status of what she was going through, but she
didn't tell them.
Oh, she didn't?
Mm-mm.
Then why'd she start crying?
Because British.
Again.
It was because of British. It wasn't. It was just. It was. Let's talk about it. So
okay.
So British tells them about the vending machines. Then she tells them, like, I got an issue with y'all bitches because y'all hooked up Jennifer and everybody else and not me.
Oh, right. Which I thought was funny. I don't mind her for that.
I was cracking up like, and you was never gonna get Jelani even if that wasn't the case.
Never. Jelani's not even her type of man. She likes. I just said she kind of likes those like trash guys. He wouldn't even appeal to her.
Yes.
You know.
And that's why when some of them guys came in, they said, "British, this one is for you," and she let him go by. That's her fault. And I love that Brooke entertained her. Said, "What kind of man do you like?"
Right. and also, why is it their jobs? Most of the times, I don't want my girlfriends in my love life like that. Let me do it. You know,
because she could have left Brandi out of it because she was really mad at Brooke.
Yeah,
Brooke brought somebody there that was even valuable to even date.
No, no, because she was filling Brandi's brothers too. She's talking about she was posting her fine brothers, and her brothers are handsome. So
I've only seen one. You seen another one?
Yeah, there's another one.
Have you seen him?
Yeah, on her page.
I have to go look. Is he good looking?
Yeah, they're all good looking.
How many does she have?
I think just the two, but I meant she's good looking too. Like, I think the family.
Well, she needs to say brother because one of them is not on that team.
Well, also, I mean, I would not be hooking British up with my brother.
I wouldn't either, and I wish Brandi would have said it too. Like,
yeah,
girl, you're not even over your baby daddy. First of all,
that's the problem. Exactly.
Yeah.
She just was talking about that. I'm gonna love my baby dad. She just said that, and then all of a sudden now you want to be with my brother? No.
And she looks like she will argue in front of the man she's dating.
Yes, correct.
She doesn't. I feel like she knows how to go to the other room or not answer the phone until she can talk in private.
They don't respect each other. So Deb, and I've said that many times. I don't think she cares where she is. They just push. They have a toxic relationship. They just push each other's buttons and they just snap, and we keep seeing it over and over again. So no, I definitely wouldn't be hooking her up with a brother.
Yes, and TC Banks said British is so much more likable this season compared to her first season. She has really matured. I don't know if she's matured. I like her so far.
Right, TC. I don't think mature is the right word, but she's not in conflict with the girls, so that makes.
But you know what though? Honestly, British wasn't really bad the first season. It was Sunday because it was more Sunday and Jackie kind of dragged British along that season.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
really, because she took herself out of their mess and really tried to make friends with Malaysia and Brandi.
I know, but the whole point was the way that she was kind of going about the arguing in the beginning just put her in kind of a bad light. And I think it was because that's just how she deals with
Yeah.
conflict. You know what I mean? She just,
But
that's
but
how she
but
deals
I
with
feel
it.
like I think that she felt like that her and Brandi were on the same level. But
Uh-huh.
Brandi came in as Malaysia's friend. She didn't come in as Jackie's friend. And I think that when Brandi came on, they knew they were going to keep Brandi because one, they already had baby, which was a disaster.
Disaster.
And then they brought Brandi. Brandi's more likable than Bambi was. And
Right.
Brandi, she came in hot, but then she calmed down, and then she just got, to be Malaysia's best friend. And
I think she always to me I can't wait for us to watch some of the old ones. I distinctly remember her always having an issue, having something to say, a smirk or something. She
no, she
wasn't
did.
just she
She
wasn't
did.
just
Remember when
cool
they
with
when they
all the
sat down?
girls.
Remember when they
Yeah.
sat down on that first season? She was on there. She asked not British, Sunday about her
Sunday.
daughter.
Yeah, and she had like this weird smile on her face too. Like I remember that clearly. So, and I knew these were the reasons why I didn't like her. It was always like, girl, why are you always in somebody's business asking them about anything? We barely
But
know
I mean, it
you.
was okay. But that's not fair because then British went and did the same thing.
But it's like I said again with her quote unquote confrontation of, and I know you don't see it like this, but her confrontation when she was aggressive to Malaysia, it is like her delivery, and she's always had it like that. It's like the same thing with her and Shaunie. It wasn't what she said, and she could have been right, and she was right in fact, but it was her delivery. She just doesn't. That's what I don't like about her, and I don't know why she doesn't get it. And then she gets mad or hurt when somebody doesn't fall in line to once again giving her sympathy. It's kind of like, but girl, you should have said it better. Like, I just don't have people talking to me like that, and if they do, I quickly get them together. And she's one of those people.
I love it.
Okay. Oh, TC says, okay, she's a work in progress. Yeah, that's good. British is a work in progress.
And she said she would and she did. She would argue in front of that man. She don't care where she's at. She would still
Yep.
do that. Yeah, we already know.
Exactly. That's right, Q.
We
Like I
see
said,
each other.
that's just the way she deals with conflict. She doesn't care who's around.
Yes.
Yep.
So she did all that. She was like, you hooked Jennifer up, and all those men that the people brought that wasn't it. Brooke asked what kind of man she wants. She said she wants a man. Oh, this is why Brandi started crying. She said she wants a man like her dad. And
Oh,
Brandi asked her, about she said that's how her dad raised her.
yeah. Yeah. So
And
British said her dad raised her. Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
she was talking about, that's the kind of man she wanted. And she said something about him dying. And then Brandi asked how he died. And he died from cancer.
Yeah.
And so that's when Brandi started crying. And I think that this was a double whammy for her because it was her dad died from cancer. And then
Yeah.
she's going through this cancer scare.
Yeah, absolutely. And I totally get that. And just like British said, she was just like, I still cried. It's been 4 years and it's only
Yeah.
been 2 months for you. And still, I mean, my mom, it's been like, 16, 17 years. If I think about it hard enough, I'll start crying,
Yeah.
so it is hard. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I
This is
just
this
feel
is
like,
this is the part when I cried because I'm like, dang, like the way that it hit her.
yeah,
My uncle got killed at his job.
yeah,
And I just think like sometimes I'm talking and or like even my grandfather, like sometimes when I'm talking about him, it's like this overwhelming thing that comes up when you're trying
yep,
to finish the conversation,
yeah.
but you can't even get the words out because it's almost like those feelings like take
just
over.
just take over, and it
Yeah.
is the overwhelming is the right word. Like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
if I just, even if I'm talking about a good memory with my mom, I get completely overwhelmed
Yeah.
sometimes still. I mean, but when it was 2 months old, I would be just like, Brandi. But I just, and so again, I will give her a pass, but I mean, it's just so tough because she does cry a lot. But this I understood. This made sense to me for sure. Yeah, I felt bad.
Yeah, me too. I was so speechless. I'm like, oh my god, like whatever she felt. I think because I'm an empath, like whatever she felt, I felt that when I was
Me
watching.
too. I'm one too. And yeah, I
Like, oh
totally
my
did. I
god.
was like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Uh, So Q said, "Child, I can't cry and talk at the same time."
Well, neither could Brandi. That's why
She
she
could not. She
stopped.
couldn't get it out.
Yep.
And
But I
people are
mean,
sending their hearts to you.
as much makeup that she's wearing, I'm like, girl, don't hold it back. Tilt
The
your
fact that
head.
the tear came out through that, the fact that the tear came out through all that makeup, you know
Right.
that's real.
Exactly.
And Pink Dynamite and Q sending our hearts to you.
Aw. I think to both of us. I think
Oh yeah,
and just about the situation. I mean, loss and grief is tough. I mean, when
yeah,
you have to watch especially someone that raised you, to get sick and there's nothing that you can do,
yeah,
it's the worst. It's the worst.
yeah. And I love the fact that when it happened, like it was again. This is why I'm loving this season.
Yeah.
They're there for her. Like they it was like they feel like real friends.
Yes, they feel like real friends for
Yeah,
sure. And I
and I
mean,
enjoy that.
I think, that's how they should be. I mean, like you said, if anybody, even if it's a stranger tells me a story
Hmm.
and I can see that they're in pain, I obviously, am sympathetic. I'm
Yeah,
sympathetic with her and I don't like her, but I'm still sympathetic. I went through it. So, of
yeah,
course. And it is scary what she's going through. And the fact that she's also probably grieving the fact is, I'm not sure if she's going to have the hysterectomy, but grieving the fact that she may not ever have her own child again, you
right.
know?
Or the fact that the cancer just keeps coming. Like if there's always scares. Like
Yeah,
there's so much trauma that comes from this whole conversation about cancer.
it
And I
does.
wish Dre was on this season to kind of even see this,
Yeah,
because the way that she downplayed the cancer story, it was like this is like no, this is something that's serious. And also a lot
right.
of these women have been through someone in their family who has died from cancer.
Well, most of the world has. And I just felt
Yeah,
like at that point, Drea was being such a brat. And I
yeah,
just feel like, and okay, we get it. And, all of that, but she was also immature. She's only, what, in her 30s now. So she was like, when
she
she
was in
got
her
on the
20s
show,
then.
yeah, I was going to say when
Yeah,
she got on the show, she was like 22 or 23 years old. I just don't think she had lived enough life
yeah.
yet, you know?
I tried to watch her show on Zeus the other day. I had to turn. It was so boring.
Yeah.
I
Because
turned.
I mean, I think I think they tried to give her her little show, but I think she needs some of this drama to make her stand out a little bit more, because
Yeah.
remember when she first got on the show, she was really kind of washed out by like the Govan sisters, like she was washed out by the drama, and it wasn't until those girls left that she started to come up a little bit and start becoming one of the fun girls, kind of like Brooke.
Well, I think it was when she teamed up with Malaysia.
You
Is when
think
she started to
so?
really come up. Yeah, when her and Malaysia teamed up, because really Malaysia wasn't that girl when she came on either until she beat up one of them. And
but yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But then they kind of rose above as like the young
yeah,
fun girls. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, yeah,
Because then she had brought, because that's then Malaysia brought Brandi, and then
yeah,
Dre and Brandi wasn't feeling this because Brandi was like, "You're not my friend, girl. I don't even know you like that."
right,
I
right.
just
And
met you
then
like 5 weeks ago. I can't call you my friend like that.
right, and then they brought Brooke, and she hooked it up with Jackie.
Yeah, but that's because, and Dre brought Brooke, but then Dre treated Brooke bad.
Yeah, she did, because that's when she started acting really conceited all of a sudden.
Yep. See, Marky said Dre and Malaysia were fan favorites. They
They
were.
were, they
And
were.
that's why Jackie had tried so hard to be friends with them. I mean, that's
Right,
Jackie had to act the fool to be friends with them.
right,
It was like, we can't stop being friends with her. They can help it.
right,
Uh,
right.
and Miss Drea said Drea was about to make a comeback until she made the joke about wanting to get beat up by her. What?
Yeah, she was.
She wanted to get beat
So,
up by her boyfriend.
well, she made a really bad joke about Rihanna, and she got dropped from Fenty because of that. That was on her little boring show.
Oh, I didn't see
So
that. Oh, I
yeah,
didn't make
so
it that far.
yeah. So she actually she had gotten signed to Fenty, and she was going to start modeling, and that's, I mean, obviously that's a big brand, and she
Yeah.
went on a radio show and thought she was being funny, talking about, I want my boyfriend to love me so much that he beats me, and
Oh,
Rihanna
wow.
was like, bye, girl. She dropped
She was
her.
like, well, go ahead. He can
Yep.
beat you like this.
Go ahead and let him beat you. Right. Right.
Take this whooping.
Right. But that actually kind of reminds me of the old Dre, because she would say stuff like that, and you're like,
Yeah.
no, that's bad. That's a bad choice. Right.
Drea, no.
No, Drea, no. Yeah, like, but then she would say some of the off-colored stuff, like the fupa, that
The
just was
fupa,
funny.
yes.
It was just funny.
Listen, the fupa's gonna go down in history.
Right. She was like, it's just, I mean, you just watch that area right there. She would come back with a little read here and there, though.
Yeah. But you could tell that Brandi in Malaysia was getting so tired of her.
Yeah.
And when she brought Angel Brinks, because that's what really broke them up, was Angel Brinks. Because Jackie's messy self went back and told them this.
I told you she's like the original old pot stirrer. She is always stirring the pot. It's like, girl, Jackie, we don't need you to insert yourself. She's just a mess.
Hey, mate. She was like, Dre said, this is her real friend. She kept on saying, I'm like, Jackie, stop saying that. Right. She was like, no, but she did. She said, like, y'all are her friends, but this is her real. I'm like, no, she didn't even say all that, Jackie.
but Jackie, you know how she gets butt hurt when she gets left out, and so she was getting left out a lot because she is older than those girls, and she just really didn't fit with them. And I just think that she was annoyed.
No, Jackie put her hurt from Drea off to Brandi in Malaysia.
Yep, she sure
That's
did.
what she did. She was like, I ain't gonna take y'all take this one.
Right, exactly.
Y'all what you said.
Yep, that's right.
All right, so then this next part, let me see if I hold on real quick, make sure I ain't skipping ahead. Okay, yeah. So this is Brandi. She's having her moment. Then the girls go outside, and then Brooke tells them that she's about to go have a baby.
Well, I mean, she's excited about it, although
but she told Brandi this already. But we're hearing it again. So
we're hearing it again.
Yeah, she's telling British.
I don't mind it. I think she's excited, and I think she just looks so cute. I love her little sweatsuit here. I think she looks so cute. Yeah.
I think her hair looks good too.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But I'm just talking about this is another part of the repetitiveness that we get from this episode.
Yes.
So she tells them that she's wait.
Well, but
I skipped the part.
Only difference is that she's not only talking about her IVF, she's mentioning to these girls specifically that she's nervous to tell her daughter. But she told
what's the name that too already too. So and it's just the repetitive. This is why this episode was long.
Right.
Because it's just the same stuff to everybody.
Yep.
But Brittish first tells them that she had talked to Angel. Angel wants peace because of her high risk pregnancy. Brandi was like, "Oh yeah, I did remember that." And they had a conversation about that. I love the fact that it was a support of Angel not wanting to be around for that.
Yep, I agree, and
I think that it's also good that they understand that she has that, so that they don't cause stress for her.
Right, but then also I feel like they should also be mature enough to not bring that around her too, not just discuss it and support her not coming, but it's like, then behave yourself and she won't be stressed out,
Well, it ain't them, it's Jackie.
Well, it's not just Jackie, because she was mad at she was kind of mad at that time with Duffy as well. She was.
Well, I mean, yes, it's Jackie and Duffy, but I'm saying these girls ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, that's true.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But Brandi has the drama with Malaysia. Like she's saying, we don't need any drama around this girl, whether it's Jackie, Duffy, Malaysia, Brandi, none of it. And so they should have been in support of that. But whatever.
Yeah, that's good. I can see it.
We get there.
And I'm loving all the Brooke love in the chat, y'all. We are Team Brooke over here. Okay.
you guys feel the way we feel. Like, I just feel like she's beautiful. And that daughter, I was just like, yep, that's her daughter.
Yeah, Mr. Rand said yes. They had to rerun and a new episode all in the same hour.
Right.
Okay. McHugh said yes. Brooke is gorgeous. So they talked about that. Then Brooke tells them that she's going to go through the process of having a baby. She's scared to tell her daughter. She's going to do a milder approach this time, and she won't know what she's having.
Yeah.
And that's why, because she doesn't want to have all the hormones and stuff that's going on.
Yep.
Brandi and British asked questions about Brooke. Basically, they're asking her, is she ready to have another baby, go through all that stuff. And Brooke's like, bitch, the nanny's doing all this. I'm just birthing the baby. The nanny's taking care of the rest of this. So you ain't got to worry. We're going to get manicures and pedicures, and the nanny going to be watching this baby. And this is it.
That's it. Right.
I am loving Brooke and this nanny.
Me too, because she's just like, I mean, she didn't say the nanny's going to raise the child. She just said that the nanny can watch her when she goes to get a mani and pedi, and that's it.
They're like about diapers and feeding. Right. The nanny is going to do all that stuff. Listen, I'm not breastfeeding. I'm not changing diapers. The nanny got this. The nanny got this under control.
And you know what? And maybe that's her deal with her new husband, that he's just like, I want one more, because they have 6 between them, So it's like, I want one more. And she's like, well, if you want one more, I need a nanny.
Right.
We're going
to be over in Dubai. The nanny has the baby.
Right. And I agree with
bathroom and the nanny. Like the nanny got this covered.
Right. And
I'm just looking for love and support.
Right. And I agree with Mace Morrow saying, at least she's honest. That's right, girl. At least she's honest.
And this is why I love, like, I am loving Brooke.
Me too. She's like the fun mom. Like, even to see her with her older kids when they were we'll get there, but they were playing. I just thought she was fun and funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Q said her beauty and personality makes you love her.
For sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
But then I like when she turns up too. I like the edge.
And that's coming. We got that coming. So I'm glad we getting all of it.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So then we have Brooke, British, and Duffy. I mean, Brooke, Angel, and Duffy.
Yeah.
This scene was not that long. Duffy's going to get her Botox. They compliment the lady who had the Botox. She looks perfect.
Well, no. Wait. It's British, Duffy, and Angel, right? Not Brooke.
I mean, yeah, Duffy, Angel, and British. I keep wanting to leave Duffy's name on everything.
Well, because her hair changes like in every scene. Like every different scene, she has a new hairdo.
Yeah. But Duffy's getting her Botox. British wants a one-night stand on his trip.
Right.
This is why they're not getting you no man.
Right.
Because you don't want a man, you want a one-night stand.
Well, I think she just wants something to tide her over until she can actually close the door 100% on that.
She's never going to close that door. She's not closing that door.
She should keep it closed then.
Yeah. Or she better open it up for him, because she doesn't.
or better open it up for him and just decide to be miserable. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, she's making herself miserable because she won't let him go.
Well, exactly. But I think they do that to each other. I think they do that.
Well, somebody has to close the door first. I mean, he's out here dating everybody he wants to date and doing what he wants to do. I mean, he's not married a whole woman.
But he still went to the meat market for her. So he still's doing it to her too.
But he's married, Cindy.
He's married to who?
The girl. He's on her health insurance.
She said like 2 episodes ago that's done now.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all believe that's true. Put a 2 in the chat if you think that's bullshit.
Well, I think the girl slid into her DMs to tell her, so I'm sure she would tell her if they were still entangled.
May said Duffy's a girl after my own wig. Switch him up. And Duffy looked like she rolled out of bed, shake my head, LOL, with the hand over her sheets.
Thank you. That's exactly what she looks like. Yes. Do you get a close-up of this wig? Because I'll show you what I mean with that hairline.
I think I actually do have a close-up of this when she's getting her Botox.
Okay. Because I love the more natural hair on Angel. It makes her look like 1,000 times better. Like she needs to always look like this. I
wish she would have just wore the short hair to this.
No, I'm talking about Angel, not Duffy.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm talking about Duffy.
Yeah, but definitely Duffy should have just wore short hair so they could get to her cheeks and face and stuff. Yeah. But Angel, right here, she looks better. She still could be a little bit more,
because she has on clothes.
yes, that fit her. That fit her. And no ponytails in her hair. Like, girl, you are
Yes.
grown. You're about to have your
Yes.
third child. Like, pull it together. So I'm glad that she looks better here.
You can't. This was Duffy. Yeah, I don't have a
Okay.
close up on hers. But yeah, so this is Duffy getting her Botox, and she has a conversation with Angel about Rock. This was so like easy. I feel like this
Yep.
wasn't really real.
Yeah.
It was
But
like,
this is
girls,
how
stop talking.
but this is how it should be. So, Deb, like when you have a
Yeah.
conflict with your friend, nobody really wants to drag it out like this. Like, you just want to say your piece and then move on, you know?
I don't know if your man is talking about he's about to mess up our relationship and all. Like, I don't know if it would be this easy for me personally.
Okay.
But I feel like for them, and because for them maybe.
Okay.
But I'm watching your ass at this point, because what are you telling him?
Well, but also, okay, so I'll tell you my take on it is that it's much more like a Duffy, because I may not want to trust you 100%. In fact, I really don't trust most people 100%. I don't care how close we are, but at
Mhm.
least now I know where your man is coming from and I have my eye on you. But we can move on.
Okay.
We can move on. That doesn't mean that
Yeah.
I have to stop being your friend, but
Oh,
I
so
know.
we're in the same place then, because that's what
Right. So, but
I'm
I
not
know
sitting here. This
I know you're
kumbaya was not
discerning
didn't fix nothing for me. It just makes me know what place that we are in.
that we're in, and that I can't tell you everything, and now I know
Yeah.
where you stand, basically.
Yeah.
But it's no need to give each other dirty looks or make it so uncomfortable for you that you can't even get
Right.
to this conversation. You know what I
I know.
mean?
I
Like,
agree with
it's
that.
like just let us have this conversation, being like, so I didn't I and she Duffy did say that it hurt my feelings. I don't like what your man said, and I didn't like when Angel's response was, we feel like we're being attacked. No,
Yeah.
bitch. She was
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm
your
saying.
man
That's what I'm saying.
your man is attacking her. So,
Right.
and bringing her relationship into it. So the only thing she did was try to show concern, even though Duffy should have kept her big mouth shut as well.
Right.
But whatever, let's agree to disagree. The conflict is really between, her man sticking his nose in, and not really with her and Angel.
And
You know.
where is Iman at? Like, you ain't have nothing to say.
Well, once again, I don't care what Iman has to think. This is called Basketball Wives. Let the women take care of their business. Stay
But
out of women's business.
her baby daddy had attacked Duffy. So Iman should have said something.
Well, but she told her man, and that's what she said. We're used to this attack, and I think they just went
Oh yeah,
high.
that's true. She did. She did.
They
That's
went high. They had the discussion, and she was just like, "We're used to this," and whatever on him. But she just didn't like it, and I think that Duffy was right to address it with Angel, just basically gently telling her, like, "Careful, girl, because now I see you guys." Okay.
I would have told Iman all that on the camera. And I'm like, but when we get off this air, you better call him.
For all we know, maybe
Handle
they
that
did have.
shit.
I was gonna say, for all we know, that maybe they had a conversation. But again, I don't want to see the two dudes talking or fighting or arguing or what. It's not about them. It really isn't.
We didn't have to watch it. I just want them to talk about what happened behind the scenes.
Oh, man. We'll see.
Hey, Miss Val.
Hey, Miss Val.
Miss Drea said, Angel definitely seems unhappy, and I don't mean to start, okay,
No,
rumors, but when I see Angel and Rock together, I get abusive vibes, whether it's physical, emotional, and psychological. Listen,
I agree.
I agree with it
1,000%.
too. I
And
agree with
we've
it
been
too.
talking about that. Remember, I said it
Yeah.
sounds. First, I said it sounds like she doesn't like him. Then I said it sounds like it looks like she's afraid of him. Like,
Yeah.
because when she kind of immediately, basically, her neck snapped around when Jackie said, you guys, or you said that you were unhappy. She immediately looked at her man like he was going to hit her or something. I was just kind of
Mhm.
like, and so she was like, no, no. So again, we're not starting the rumors. This is just alleged, but just anybody with eyeballs can see that she looks either uncomfortable, unhappy, or afraid.
We're going to get into that a little bit more closer to that scene with them.
Yep.
So let's go to the next scene. Brooke, okay, and I love this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
One thing that Brooke can do outside of her looking beautiful and having a good personality can cut your ass out all at the same time
Yep.
is make some beautiful kids. And
Yeah. When they walked in, especially the daughter, I was like, what?
yes, yes.
It's just- I mean,
You can
literally.
just tell that they have fun together. Like
Yeah, they have a
he's like,
really
I raised
cool.
y'all, like y'all are adults now.
Yeah.
Let's have fun with each other as mother and son and daughter.
Yeah.
I'm
Adult son
like,
and daughter.
if I
I
can,
thought it
we
was
can
really
end the whole
cool.
season with this because for me, this is the stuff that I wanted to see. I
Me
keep saying this is
too.
what I want to see.
Yep, me too. It's just
Uh,
really nice to see them. Like, again, if we're going to talk about wives and mothers and
yes,
womanhood, like, this is what we want to see. Now, again, since she brought her children on, it's great to see them. I don't think, again, once again, we need to ever have any of the girls have any opinions about someone's kids, but
yeah.
these kids are beautiful. Like, they really are. They really
Look,
are.
more Brooke love in the chat. Miss Val said, "I
Yeah,
love Brooke."
me too. We said that earlier, Miss
I'm
Val.
telling you, this is turning into a Brooke Stans channel.
Yep, yep.
Um, but okay, so it says Brooke talks to her youngest daughter about her youngest daughter graduating. They're all excited about it.
But wait a minute. So I'm confused. You said youngest daughter, but the boy is graduating. Is that a girl?
No, they said it's their sister.
She said sister, but I was going to ask you about it. I was confused, and I don't want to mispronounce. I don't want to misname someone's pronouns. But I
Oh,
was surprised.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the kids. I don't know.
Okay, because I'm wondering, are they talking about another child?
And you know what? That does make sense because she was saying that before she did her IVF the last time, it was for a son.
Okay,
That is son.
but
So I thought it was him though. I thought it was this one.
no. She was like, since she has been married, and I think she's only been married a few years with this current husband. She knew she was going to have another son. But let's
No,
think
no, no,
about
no.
this.
Who
Let's
she's
think
married to
about
now? They
this.
don't. No, the guy she's married to now, they don't have a kid together.
I know that, but what she said, she when they got the egg fertilized, she knew that it was going to be a boy. She knew she was going to have a son from the IVF. So she's like, and this time she's not going to make a choice on the sex of the baby or any of the do the harsher hormones. But what I'm saying is, let's think about this. Now, these two ones are the oldest, but we're missing one because she said they both have three each. So maybe
Right.
they are talking about a younger sister that's
Yeah,
just not on
that's what I was
this.
thinking. Was the youngest sister because
Yeah,
they said this. They both said my sister.
yeah, yeah, they did.
Miss Drea said Brooke was saying she, but they were talking about the boy graduating. I was lost to Cindy. See,
Right.
so maybe I don't know. Maybe we don't know.
Well,
We
yeah,
don't know.
because the daughter said she was just like, I'm gonna be like, hey sister, that's my
Yeah, that's
sister,
my sister.
and then he said sister too, but I wasn't sure
Mhm.
if he was talking about the one sitting next to him or there was another. But she did clearly say that her husband has three kids and she has three, so we're missing one, and she's only talking to the two older ones.
Right, and we know, and I know that this younger one is about to graduate. Miss
Yeah.
Dre said, I needed a GPS at this scene because I was lost as a straight."
I know, but Miss Drew, we're figuring it out right now. We're figuring it out. Yeah, I think he's
CC
only
Banks said, "I
talking
thought
to
the
the.
sister was being funny and said she was calling him a girl at the ceremony."
No. I think what they're
I don't
talking about is that she's talking with her two oldest kids that have flown in for the younger sister's graduation.
know. Right,
Yeah,
but there's a young one. I'm gonna look it up after. We'll talk about it next week.
yeah.
And Miss Robin says, "Hey to me and you. What's going on, Miss Robin?"
Hey, how are you, Miss Robin?
So this scene was fun. They went to the arcade. I believe it
It
looked
was
like
so
they.
cute. It
Yeah,
was such a cute little, mom kids date. I thought it was super cute.
yeah.
I was mad though when they didn't eat the wings. I was like, have a wing.
I thought he was about to eat one in this scene. That's why I took a picture, but he was putting something in the drink.
Right. I get mad when people waste food like that. I was like, get a wing.
Right.
But anyway,
I hope y'all got a box for that.
right. Exactly.
But I think they were just kind of talking, catching up. How was the flight? All this stuff right here. And
Yeah.
then this part is when they was talking. she was telling about a baby.
Yep.
She was on edge here, but they both were accepting of her having a baby because they don't live in the house anymore.
Right, exactly. I think that's exactly right. I mean, what kid wants to be stuck with raising an infant, right, or watching one? You know, they're young. They're in their early 20s. They want to go out and they want to live. So I think that's why they're a little bit more supportive. And I think once again, you know, maybe at that time, Brooke, you know how she's kind of fun like that. She could have joked with them like, "I know you're going to help me with the baby," and they're probably like, "No, we're not." Yeah.
Oh wait, Miss Drea said the younger sibling is going to be brought up later in the season. I think in the blogs a few months ago, Brooke's ex-husband was blasting her about the child that lives with the ex.
Okay, got it.
All right, thank you for that, T, because we know.
I did not know at all.
Miss Val said, "Okay, eat the wings."
Right, Miss Val. I was like looking like somebody gonna take a bite, right?
Like somebody better eat one of these wings. Okay?
Right. Exactly.
But this was a cute scene for her family. First of all, we've never seen her kids before this season.
Yeah.
So I thought
probably
it was really
because
cute.
they're of age now, so I think it's appropriate to put them on the show. I don't like when they put like young children on, like Angel's son. Like that's why I feel so bad. He's gonna look back at this footage and be like, "Mom, you were tripping," you know.
Well, Malaysia's kids been on every damn season.
Well, yes, but they're used to doing it, but not the difficulty that Angel's son has had. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
She brought him on when he was very little, and
and the conversation that they had too.
Yes, and I think Malaysia didn't start showing her kids until they were like older. You know, they weren't like small kids.
No, her kids were still small, but because remember they had the conversation about the uncle dying.
Oh, but that was a specific scene. But yes, I understand what you're saying. But I'm just saying, like, if you're going to make a really bad decision on TV, like bringing up your kid's dad passing, number one, and the kid breaks out into tears, like poor Angel's son, you know, and then have another scene where you're basically asking him to move to the pool house. That's not the kind of thing you want to bring a kid into.
That pool house thing.
It's just, we can't get past it. That we can't get past. I'll never get past that. The pool house was ridiculous.
That was the saddest thing I've ever seen on TV.
Yep.
Oh wow! It just now hit me while we were talking about the pool house.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Brooke.
Yeah. And shout out to the fact that she has the support of her children. I really liked that they stepped up and, you know, it's giving her a little bit of, like, you know, like she said, this is her second chapter for her. Like,
and you can tell that they're happy about her new marriage and everything too.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it was a really good scene.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to the next scene, y'all.
I know.
Pray for us.
I know.
Slappy the Squirrel and Naria is on here.
Why?
Naria is telling Slappy that she has to wear pink. The Slappy wants to wear red.
You see what I'm saying? I don't like following the rules. I'm like, girl, you are on the edge of being dumped out of the car. Are you okay? You know, I just want to ask her, are you okay? Like, what is your problem? And it's not like what she wears is any great significance. So, girl, just be quiet. You're lucky to
wait. Not being on the edge.
You know, like, what in the heck? I just don't like that girl. I do not like that girl at all.
Okay, y'all. We gotta make it through this. This should not even happen.
I'm just gonna let you talk about it because I have nothing to say about these non-twin. The only thing that I have to say is, why are they in a scene and why are they talking? That's what I have to say.
I mean, like, it was so fast before Malaysia walked in. I was like, okay, thank God, because I thought we had to watch the whole scene with them by myself.
Right, me too. But still, even the fact, you should have seen the confusion on my face when Malaysia, of all people, walked in like, hey, I was like,
yes.
I was so confused.
I'm like, where is British? Where is Brooke at? Brooke wasn't walking in. where is British? Because why is Malaysia?
Why is Malaysia of all the girls with these twins, like
I didn't
or the
understand it.
non-twin twins?
I did not understand it.
Look at Q cracking up. Look, I'm just being honest. I mean, they're barely on the fringes of being on the show at this point. You know what I mean?
TC Banks said non-factor, non-twin twins.
Thank you. They are non-twin twins. You know, and you can't, and it's so interesting because Naria is actually way shorter than this other one, but they still kind of look like they're like joined at the hips. They're so boring. I never need to see them at
ever.
all.
Even them having to seem like it didn't even make sense. She's like, we got to wear pink. Well, I don't want to wear pink, but we're going to fight over a pink dress. Like, you just said she wasn't going to wear pink.
Right. And then not even that. What I was thinking was, why are you even going?
Yes.
They haven't really made up with anybody. They haven't spoken to Angel. So why would you even
go?
Well,
Naria did.
Naria did not. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Nia was the one who messed up. And so she should have been the first one to say it and not send it like a child.
Well, they didn't want to invite. They didn't want to invite Nia nowhere.
But then call her on your own, girl. Make it right.
She probably don't got a phone number. She's not in. Cindy, she's not in the group chat.
Wait a minute. She is in the group chat enough to be invited to the baby reveal, which is why she was bragging about the free food, right?
Right.
So she had Angel's number then to talk about her free food.
I think Malaysia called them and said, "Y'all, we gotta sing." Now that we know who's talking to them.
Right. But I don't even think they're talking to them like that. They just keep making these random scenes with these like non-twin twins that don't ever need to be shown or heard ever.
Malaysia's probably like,
right.
Okay.
Right.
Let me text production to find out what their number is because I don't even know what the number is.
Production probably was happily texting her the number like 5 times.
Like, Malaysia, call them now. Now. Stop, right. Malaysia. Do you call them now?
Right. Exactly. I mean, but I think that's the whole thing too was, you know, I think they probably got this scene squeaked out just because, you know, Malaysia is only really able to film with like 2-3 people, which is Jackie, Jennifer, and we still don't understand Jennifer and Duffy, and that's it, really. I mean,
now,
no, she filmed with Angel too.
But I will tell you this. Wait, let me find it on my phone. Dang, I think I might have. Did I delete it? Well, there's a wait. Oh, this is videos. Hold on. There is. I follow this. Oh, here it is. Spilling BBWT on Twitter said that season 11's cast is going to be so good, so we know we get another season. Oh,
so they're already saying that we're going to get another one, but they're not saying who's going to be on it.
This Twitter page has all the BasketballWives tea. Like they've been actually spilling a lot of tea that's happening before because we're going to take a little break from the review real quick, y'all. So they were saying that Malaysia and Brooke's fallout is not because of Brandi.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Brooke and Malaysia fall out?
Yes.
Oh no.
It's not because of Brandi.
Okay.
But they were also saying, and I'm gonna start screenshotting more because they update so much on Twitter. Okay. You can follow them too. But they said the season 11 cast gonna be good. I said if they get rid of these twins and add Evelyn and Kristen back, I'll be okay.
Right. Or even I don't think we're gonna ever get Ev back, but Kristen definitely. You know,
I think Evelyn's gonna come back.
Evelyn is not coming back.
I think she'll come back.
Really? I love it, but okay, let's see. I don't want
because I seen something on Evelyn's Instagram today about someone that's going to marry her
on the show.
Not on the show, but somebody's. I'll send it to you, but it was in her story. It was in her story earlier today. I don't know if they're expired, but it's a guy that she works out with.
Okay. All right. Well, she did say when she was retiring from it, she said, I am seeing someone. She was seeing someone, so good for her.
Yeah.
But I mean, I doubt she would want to be around these non-twin twins. And yes, just simply, you took the words out of both me and SoDeb's mouth.
I'm just shocked that they have more speaking parts in this episode.
Right.
Yeah. So let's just skim through this really quick. She tells Slappy that she doesn't wear pink. She wants to wear red. They're fighting over that pink dress. Then Malaysia walks in. And
which is ridiculous, but okay.
I'm like, well, why? Malaysia didn't have nobody else to film with?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
They asked Malaysia about. They knew a lot about Malaysia. They must be friends because they knew that about her move, about her trying to move. She brought her kids here, so they asked her about that. She said, and Nia's still not taking responsibility for the shit that she did at that baby shower.
And that's the problem. And that's my problem that I have. She still is hanging on to. I thought it was funny. Everybody in the world, girls, telling you it's not funny.
Wait, Q said, "Get rid of them twins and add the Power Rangers. I don't care. This replaces." And what's going on, Minister Vibes?
We just never need to see them. Period.
Yeah, May said, "I believe Evelyn will come back." And Minister, we don't do Evelyn slander over here, so I'm not gonna read that.
Right.
Malaysia asked them not to bring up Brandi. She said, "Listen, I'm trying to keep it light. Don't bring it up. We didn't even know each other. Just don't try to make peace on this trip." And
right.
I
agree with her because, like I said, they've had now plenty of time to try to make peace and going on this girls' trip to a fun trip that is free, which they shouldn't even be on. It's not the time to try to make peace. She should have made peace at the podcast. That's when they were all making peace. Okay. And if Angel didn't come, then she should have called her up.
Right. Oh, and that Twitter page said that they don't make up.
They don't. And I wouldn't blame her. I mean,
they did say, but they don't think that it's a forever thing. They know somebody that works with this cast because they've been on point and they're giving out like advanced stuff. They're not saying everything, but they were saying that on this season, they don't fix anything.
Well, they don't need to have another season to resolve it. Like, I don't want to see them anymore. Like,
But they were saying that they both are cool with it. Like they said that they basically kind of let it go.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I think that's, to me, the way the show is going now.
Yep.
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with them not being on it. That's what I mean.
With Brandi and Malaysia.
Oh, with Brandi and Malaysia.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Brandi and Malaysia.
If they're not going to be like fighting and making and dragging this whole beef out, then I'm great with them. Just if they, like Malaysia said, if they can just stay cordial, I'm fine with the way it is too. I'm fine with that. I just don't want the whole accusing and the hands in the face and all of this stuff. Like, that's just ridiculous. Especially if she can't really clearly state what the issue is. Just be honest on what that real issue is. But since she hasn't been able to do it, then just let's move on. You know what I mean? Like, just let's agree to disagree. And maybe we might not be the close friends again. And you just have to process that, girl, and let it go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shout out to my girl Brandi.
And shout out to my girl Malaysia because she's one too. I was like, girl, go ahead, get some fun in. I like to see her happy. I like to see the fun Malaysia.
Me too.
Yeah.
And we're getting to see more and more of that. We're going to see more of the fun Brandi too when she's not having her breakdown. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back to Jason and Brandi.
Okay.
And we really don't have to really go over this again. No. I think the only thing different from this conversation was she did talk to the doctor. And Brandi's just having a hard time with the fact that her son wants a sister.
Right.
That was pretty much it.
And I think she just wanted another child, and she always said she wanted children, and which is why it was so hard for her that she got ovarian cancer. But she did say in this particular scene that she had gotten opinions, like 6th, 7th, 8th opinions. So I think she's now realizing that they're basically all saying the same thing. Like, if you don't want to keep experiencing all of these health issues, like, clearly, it's like with anything else, right? If something is causing you issues, like serious medical issues, sometimes things are bad and they just gotta go. They just gotta go, but I definitely wouldn't want to be selfish and trying to take the chance and leaving them in there, longer than they need to be just to give it a shot and then, potentially get even sicker. Because at least this time, or the times that she beat it, she recovered. But,
Yeah.
the more times you have it, because the more treatment you get, it kills the good cells as well. It's harder for you to recover.
I just think it's a hard decision. I mean, I'm not a woman and I don't know, but I just feel like
Right.
the way that she talks about it, and you can even kind of see the sadness in him. Like, I just feel like
Yeah.
they both have like this wishful thinking that, and we're all like, girl, like, I really want you to be alive. But I
Right.
mean, I'm not going through it, so I can't. I don't have a dog.
That's true, but I've had so many friends that have done it, and I understand. You're 30, anything, even if you're on the, the longer end of 30, you're still young. You're still young in your 40s. But I mean, so I get that she really wants to have it. But if I've been having problems since my early 20s,
Yeah.
you have to look at the bigger picture. And I think the maturity hasn't
Mhm.
kicked in yet,
Yeah.
but I think also that's what I was hoping if we had to see him. That's what I was hoping Jason would say. Like, look, I'm going to support you either way, but I want you to be here. I want you to be here for our kids, and we can find another way. I just don't want her to just hold on to this being like, I'm not going to be a woman anymore kind of issue.
I mean, well,
But I
that's
get,
basically what he said right
I get the
here.
struggle.
That's basically what he said right here. He said, "Whatever it is, you make your right move, right decision for you, for your health."
Yeah,
Period.
that's
And I'm
right.
just like, listen, to me, I'm like, thank God you said it,
Yeah.
because I feel like that takes away off of her for the decision that she has to make. You
Right,
know?
because she might be trying to pop out one more for him for some
Yeah,
reason. So yeah.
yeah. But that's it for this scene. So let's go on to. I think this is the last one that's coming up,
Yep.
or is it? Oh no, this.
No, it's this.
Yes, this. So she tell
Uh,
what's her name? Angel Brinks tells him about Duffy and her conversation. She ain't mad. Rock not mad. Uh, Angel brings up Duffy's party. This is the part where he gets even more creepier to me,
yep.
because he doesn't say anything about her health or anything. It's
No.
about the baby and that's it. It's
Well, I have
almost like he's the guard dog for the baby inside of her. Like when she has this baby, how does he treat her?
right. Well, I have an issue with a handful of things with this scene. The first one being that, when she said that she had a conversation with Duffy, the
Hmm.
first thing she immediately said, like she was afraid, which
Hmm.
was, "You're not still mad at her, right? You're not
Right.
still mad at her." Like, and
She
I'm
was just
just kind
making
of
a lot of
like,
excuses.
yes. And it seemed like she was afraid. Like,
Yeah.
but instead of saying, "Are you mad at me for talking to her?" She said, "You're not mad at her, right? You're not
Yeah.
still mad at her." And then he
Right.
kind of paused, and just his vibe, like you said, that he was giving to me was creepy. He was like looking down at the floor, and he was like, "Oh no, no, I just, blah blah blah." But I was like, that was an odd thing to ask for a grown woman,
Yeah.
to be like, "You're not still mad at my friend," basically. But basically, it sounded to me was, you're not mad at me for talking to her, right? Then
Well,
he hears about Vegas, right?
yeah.
And
Then
then
she goes into that, and she's like, what? She was like the girls in Baran. He was like, oh, see, but the baby. She was like, but you know how girls are. I'm like, Angel, blink twice, please.
right,
Like,
right.
this does
That's
not
what I was
sound
saying.
healthy.
Yes, it doesn't sound healthy, and that was going to be my second point. I was about to say, like, then they talk about the girls' trip, and then immediately, he goes into like, "You're going to go party," and all of this stuff, and so she's just
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm going to support Duffy. I didn't say anything about
She
partying."
never said anything about partying.
Yeah, but then it was so interesting because, again, another underline to me was her basically asking his permission to
To
go.
go.
That's what
Yep.
it felt like. And I was
Yep.
just like, "Are you asking his permission to go?" Like, you know,
Q said when they talk, it's like two women talking.
yeah. You and I are on the same page. You and I have said the same thing. He gives me very feminine vibes, but this here is also giving me really kind of controlling, and like, how does he really treat her when those cameras are not around? You
Right.
know?
Well, Miss Drake said he gonna mess around and end up putting her and the baby in the guest house. But
I would not.
that's
I
what
would
it
not
gives though. It
do.
feels like she does not belong in her own home.
Yeah, she
It
feels
gives that she
like
doesn't
I
even belong in
said.
her own relationship.
Yes, and that's what I said. It's those three things, right? Let's go
Yeah.
back to them. She seems either uncomfortable,
Yeah.
unhappy, or afraid, or all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
And this conversation was all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just okay, let's get off this.
Okay.
It's the trip.
It's a trip.
Okay. It's the girls' trip. I enjoyed every moment of this.
I thought that they looked so cute and excited and happy to be
Yeah.
there. And I think the focus was where it should have been. Hate the
Yeah.
outfit. Sorry, Duffy. But everybody, look at Jen. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
there's what Jennifer was at.
This is where Jennifer was at. And this is what I'm also talking about with the fashions.
Yeah.
This is cute. Brooke and her side by side. Cute, cute, and cute. Cute, cute, cute.
Yeah.
Super cute.
I enjoyed all this. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about. They just got on the plane. Duffy was like, we all get mad at each other. We going to fight and all this, but we love each other because we all black, and that's it.
Right. And I had a problem with her saying we all black because I was like, Angel's not black.
I didn't think Angel was black, but I was like, okay, maybe.
No.
I don't know something.
No, she's not black.
Okay.
She's Middle Eastern. Her men have been black.
Okay. I didn't know if her dad was black or I don't know.
Nah.
Thing 1 and thing 2 and Jennifer was cut completely out this scene. Okay.
Well, thing 1 and 2, they were cut out. They did show Jen. Jen is relevant.
Miss Dre said Angel is black-ish. LOL.
Miss Dre Angel wants to be black-ish. Okay, but she is Middle Eastern.
Okay. Well, that was the end of the episode. Now, I did want to recap just one part of this because we did not get to see our girl, and we got to see the mid trailer.
Yes.
And this is the first that I seen.
Yep. Mid-season trailer was Jelani. I was like, oh, they shaved up his cleaned up beard.
This kiss looks real.
Yeah, it looks real. And I was about to say, she got some sugar, like some real sugar.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what happened in between the last scene and this scene, but it looks good.
They had sex.
Oh, they had sex. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Jelani looking younger.
Yup. I was like, uh-oh now.
Jennifer looked like she did. Now, this is a part. Jennifer don't look like she gave a damn what she put on. They probably just had sex before they went to the damn thing.
I think she looks gorgeous, and I think she looks glowing, and I'd be glowing too.
She does.
Yeah, they both look super happy and cute. I like it.
I don't know what this announcement is.
Right.
But I'm just here for this.
I'm here for it.
And she said yesterday, she said, because she always tweets during all the episodes. Oh, okay. But she's over in Paris. Oh. And I'm like, is Jelani with you?
You are so determined, and she's not going to tell you because I think
listen, I'm going to keep on asking.
She wants to keep her check, so Deb, you have to hang on and watch. She doesn't know that we're already going to watch, but yeah.
Right. Listen, she can tell me the whole scoop, and I'm still going to watch it.
Right. Exactly.
Q said he looking like an old Ray J.
He does not, Q. He does.
I don't think he looks like Ray J at all. That man is fine.
Yeah, he looks better than Ray J.
Yes.
And taller for sure.
Mr. Reyes said, been busting Jennifer Mellons. Maybe that's why she was missing from this episode.
Maybe. or maybe.
Jennifer said, listen, I can't record today. Y'all put something else on.
Right. She was like, I'm busy. Yes. I'm cultivating my new relationship. Yes.
I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate this. Is what I love to see this.
Yes. I appreciate this. This is what we want to see. I want to see the happiness. I don't want to see the tears. I'm sorry. And I know that we're all going through stuff, but I am a girl, but I'm not a crying girl. So I always feel like, okay, let's get past the tears. I like the fun parts, and I'm glad.
Yes.
I mean, she suffered a lot through this seasons of Basketball Wives. So to see her happy, even if it's just this one season, I'm here for it.
Yes. I need to find your line on social media. Like, don't fuck this up.
Right. Exactly. I just hope. I mean, for all we know, like they're still together, and that's what I'm really hoping for her.
In my
But
mind, they're living happily ever after together. This
yes,
announcement is they moving in together to me. That's what
I
I'm
really
giving
want
them. We
them
moving in
to.
together.
Yeah, I really want them to. She does
Yeah.
not need to have the a Kenya scenario where she was with that trainer. Remember that train wreck?
Oh my God, no.
We don't
She
need
doesn't
it.
need to have any kind of Kenya moment at all.
No, 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 no,
And if he
no.
turns out to be Mark Daly, I'm gonna be upset.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need to see those nightmares at all.
Right.
Mm-mm.
May said yes. The kiss looks real. Maybe she gave him some. I mean, we
Yes,
know she's giving him
we know
some.
she
She already
did.
admitted that.
Yep, she admitted.
From my iPhone. Yes. Okay. So everybody's here for this. So we are standing for Jen and Brooke over here on this channel.
Yes, we are.
Um, and I'm standing for Brandi, and Cindy is standing for Malaysia.
That's
Uh,
right. And they're all seeming more on a happy track. And really, I mean, even though you said from at the beginning of the show that they're really kind of centralizing Duffy,
mhm.
she still doesn't stick in my mind like that. Like, I don't see her as the center. I focus on the ones that I do like. I mean, I am liking British more, so she's sticking in a little bit more, but everybody else just kind of falls by the wayside to me, including Angel, to be honest, because I don't like her situation. It just
Yeah.
makes me, as a woman, feel really sorry for her because she's making these choices, and I just want to sit down. I kind of want to Ianla her and fix her life. Like, it's just
Yeah.
there's something wrong there, and I
I just
just
don't want her to date anybody else after this. Like,
yeah,
just no, no,
or
no.
just do it privately. Like, we don't need to see them. You know what
Or
I mean?
Brooke,
Like,
can you get her a Jelani? Because
right?
like I don't want you to pick your own man again.
Yeah, agreed.
And
I just.
speaking of that, she's driving to have this baby by herself.
But see, that's the whole thing. Then she should have made better choices, because I
Yeah.
tell you, I don't care if it was a pandemic. He's not going to be talking, any old kind of way. But yeah, she's talking, she's complaining here. But I'm like, girl, don't complain. You
Right. Because we
chose
all knew
him.
this was going to happen.
That we knew this was going to happen. She chose him. I mean, and you can tell she's pissed, but she's not going to even really say she's pissed because, like I said, it feels like she's kind of afraid of him.
Q said, see, I can't.
See, exactly. Q talking about, and whoever she was on the phone with talking about, I'm sure he's bummed that he's not with you. No, he's not.
He's not.
He's not.
We knew
He's
he
not
wasn't
that kind
coming.
of
Like,
guy.
Angel, we could have told you before you even
Yes.
decided to keep this baby that this was going to happen.
Yep. Exactly. Like I said, they had hooked up. She got trapped because of the pandemic, and she was pregnant, and she didn't know what to do. So now,
Right.
instead of having a healthy relationship or being strong enough to say, we're not compatible,
Right.
but I'm still going to have this child,
Mm-hmm.
because in her mind she's stuck in that trauma of like wanting that fantasy of like a family, but you can't just choose anybody.
No, you
You can't.
cannot. And
You can't just.
she definitely cannot because she doesn't make good choices.
Yep. She does not make
And I
good
hate to even
choices.
say that about her, but she
It's
doesn't
the
make good choices
truth.
when it comes to men. And the thing
Yep.
is that she deserves a good man. That's the reality. But
Yes,
she
but you have.
doesn't know how to pick a good one for herself. I'm so sick and tired of seeing Angel like
Yep.
this.
Me
Like
too.
it's to the point where like I feel like I'm feeling like it's normal to see this now with
Yeah,
her.
for her.
Yeah,
And
it's like
really
it's like you know what? Angel got a new man. She has a new baby in the way, but I just already know it's not gonna work. Like I
yep.
had no high hopes for this at all,
Yep, agreed. I
and
feel
I
the
hate
same
that I
way.
feel that way.
Me too. And that's what and because she is a sweet girl, but she, like
Yeah,
I said, last episode or maybe the episode prior, she just needs therapy. She needs to get that
yeah,
fixed because
yeah,
she has low self-esteem.
yes.
She beats up on herself even when, she barely gave her son a chance to do it before she was in tears.
Hmm.
She doesn't know how to love herself. And until she does, she's going to keep picking these trash men. Period.
Miss Dresser, can we talk about LaQuisha's confessional look this episode? I thought she was gorgeous. I don't remember what it was. Do you?
Who is LaQuisha?
Malaysia.
Oh, Malaysia. Um, I don't recall her really. I mean, it was brief because it was when she did the house thing, right? And she was talking about, well, this is why I'm doing this. I don't really remember the look, but I don't remember disliking it like the first scene. I did not
Yeah,
like
it just
those.
wasn't memorable to me.
Yeah, I didn't like those pants.
Yeah, that's once I seen them pants, I kind of tuned her out for the rest of the episode.
But see, that's what I hate to say this because am sympathetic with her struggle, but that's what I
Yeah,
do with Brandi because she's always crying and like I'm a victim. But
yeah.
okay,
And see,
guys,
and the thing is, and this is my problem. Now that we're even talking about this, you want to keep clothes, but you wearing the pants. Like, why do you want to keep those?
yes, right.
Clearly, your fashions are not the good
No, this
decisions
was
right now.
no, that was a bad choice. But typically she and everybody else said in the chat too. Typically she does look cute. I mean,
Yeah, well, y'all got it. First of all, after I seen the pants, I don't remember even what she wore that was cute at this point. I'm sorry, I have lost whatever Malaysia word that was cute. I don't
you're
remember what it
looking
was.
at you're looking at the old scenes. Go back. She's always
Oh,
looked
when
cute.
she threw that table at Jennifer, she was cute that day. She was cute when she threw that
She
chair at
was
Jennifer.
cute.
I mean,
She's cute. Yeah, she's cute most of the time, but that
yeah.
was not a good look for sure.
I had to channel it because I all I remember is those pants.
Yeah, those pants were not good. Not
And
good.
Mr. A, yes, she was with her first husband. From what she said, we don't know. Like we don't know, but that's what she said though.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said they
Yeah.
were together. So
Yeah.
I mean, again, and that's again, I think she, even if she sees signs, like, of course, you can't predict somebody doing that to themselves, right? But
Right.
I'm like, was he showing signs of depression? Was she working with him? Like, she just doesn't seem to choose good people that she is a good partner to either, because she's really not being a good partner to, I hate to say it, to Rockstar, because she's not being herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know what herself is yet. You know
I
what I
don't think
mean?
she
Like,
knows who she is. I think after
yeah.
that first relationship, she's lost who she is.
Yep.
And I feel like she's put herself, and she said this when her and Rockstar got into it. When
Yep.
she goes to things, she puts herself into her work. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like she's been putting herself into her work so much, which has done her very well.
Very
But
well.
I mean, you still have to
Professionally.
be present in your own life.
Yeah, professionally it's done her well, but emotionally and psychologically it has not, because you can even see the disconnect with her kid by even having that conversation with him. It
Yeah.
didn't even dawn on her that was inappropriate
At
until
all.
he had an emotional response, and then it kind of clicked like, oh, I mean, your kid shouldn't have to tell you, and you can come to my games too while we're at it. Like,
Because he was looking at her like, is this a fucking joke?
right, he was. He was. And you know what? And like I said, a while back, when he's like 20, that's exactly what he's probably going to say. He's going to say it like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure if he was old enough to say it then, now he would have said, like,
He would
are
have
you
said
fucking
it.
kidding me?
Right.
Put the baby out in the damn pool house.
Right. Or put the man
You and Rockstar move out
house.
into the damn pool house with the damn baby. I want to hear shit crying.
Yeah, not even that. I'd be like, put that man out. He probably doesn't even want him there anyway.
Right. I'd be like, call Brooke. Where's her fucking nanny? Put the baby and the nanny out in the pool house.
It's so true. And also,
I would have been like, it's the audacity for me. Like, you just came to me with this?
Right. It really was. That's a really excellent point. It was the audacity. Like, and even as a teenager, like, he's a preteen. He's not even in high school yet. And he still had enough common sense to be like, the audacity. Like, you're asking me to move out of my room?
He's like, the baby can shit all over this room. I'm not moving out.
Yes.
I'll clean it up, because that's what you decide to have a baby with, this trash person.
Absolutely.
So when it poops, come clean it up. When it cries, come get it.
Yep.
You want it to be on the hallway, and don't make me have to get up and come bring the baby to you.
Absolutely. And not even that, even as new parents, most new parents want their kid to be in the room with them. Period. Yes. So it's kind of like, why would she be any different? And it sounded like
she's birthing an adult.
Right. But not even that. It sounded like, she was Rockstar. So I know it came from him. I know
it did come from him.
Yep.
Mrs. Dre said it was all a scheme that Ty set up.
Not Ty. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry that I tried to put that out of my head, but you brought it back. I'm like, That irritates me so bad.
It irritates me so bad. I cannot put it out of my head because, like I said, I was that kid. I did have a single mom, and my mom made leaps and bounds decision, and she always prioritized us. And as a woman, I haven't had children, but as a woman, the fact that you would prioritize a man, but this trash man, this clown over your own flesh and blood, who didn't ask to be here, okay? And you made a bad choice with his daddy too. So now you want me out of my room? I just can't get past it. I can't.
Because I wonder, does he even have any? Oh, he does. Never mind.
What?
I was going to ask, does he have any other kids? But we seen one of them. Yeah.
It's a little girl or something. I'm afraid.
You know, I'm like, what's next? Is this motherfucker moving in?
Exactly. And it's never really.
Why don't you just rent me out my own damn apartment? I mean, if that's what's going on here.
Right. And then that's my question too. So Deb, like, how raggedy is he that once again, it seems like he's living in their house. It doesn't seem like they're living in Rockstar's house. It looks like that Rockstar is living in their house, and it's their house too. And you want me out of my room?
Right. Oh, absolutely not.
Hell no. Nope. Just trash. Thank you.
Since I'm getting a pool house, buy me a car too. Shit.
Right. And come to my games. Do everything.
Right. How about be a mom? Yeah.
Right. Be a mom. Just be a regular mom. You know? He probably has a problem with the way she dresses too, because a lot of, adolescent boys, they don't want their moms looking like that. It's embarrassing.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
I was worried about us doing this one, but this was actually pretty good.
This was good. Did you want to drop the link or no?
No, because I got to go to my other channel. So
okay, that's right.
I got like 9 minutes. So y'all, I'm about to go on to my vlog channel to do a live about my experiences on going to nude trips, being a nudist. So the link is in the it's pinned up there. If y'all want to come over there, I'm gonna be on there at 10:15. But I don't know if we're getting a basketball episode next week.
I don't think that we're gonna get one. They didn't show any upcoming scenes. In fact, that's when we can delve into one of the seasons. Maybe
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. When you want to go back and start watching the old ones, we'll come back next week. And we said we're gonna do Brandi first, right?
Yep, let's do Brandi. Okay. I have to see her first. I have to see her.
Okay, so we'll do Brandi first, and then we'll trickle down to everybody else. So we can go back and binge watch from the seasons. We're gonna go through the season with Brandi. We'll pick out some points, and I'm gonna plead my case.
Okay. I mean, I can't wait to even be refreshed because, like I said, I've only seen real short snippets. I have seen some.
Miss Grace, because it's the 4th of July.
Oh yeah, the 4th of July. Yeah, and we get it's the 4th of July. Actually, the 4th is on a Sunday, so yeah. It's up to you. So but starting some of the old ones, that'll be a good deal.
Yeah, I'm down for it because I have no problem with watching them anyway. So
yeah.
Miss Drea says she enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you so much, Miss Drea.
Thank you so much, Miss Drea.
What's going on, Young Rich? Go over, click on the link, go to my other page because I know you're gonna like this conversation for tonight. Love y'all. And hit that like button. Q said we're gonna get out of here because I really gotta go and switch over everything. But thank you so much, Cindy.
Thank you so much.
And meet us back here next Tuesday, y'all, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 5 o'clock is it Central Time? Pacific time. We're gonna do a throwback BasketballWives review.
Absolutely. And if you're catching the replay, please hit the like button as well. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
And leave your comments in the comment section.
And comment.
Yes. All right. See y'all in a few.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye.